Hello there everyone, and welcome to the first episode for the Project Nightfall series. I hope you guys are excited. First episode today, so we start off with some plain base plates, nothing on them, and then I start to build all sorts of different prototypes and start to kind of plan out what the MOC is going to look like and all that exciting stuff. So I'm pretty excited. I hope you guys are excited for this series to begin, and without any further ado, here we go. Alright, and right here is a MOC builder's favorite sight to see. That's a plain base plate. It's always really exciting because you know that you've got a whole adventure ahead of you in terms of building, so it's always exciting just to have a plain base plate because you're kind of starting a new project, which is always really fun. So right now I've got it as one gray base plate and then a half base plate up over there. I think it's like I don't remember what brand it is, but it's not like an official Lego one. I got it at Brickworld from a vendor. So I've got a half of a gray base plate right there and then a full gray base plate, and that's kind of the plan for the library. As you can see over here, I think I'm gonna have 4 bookshelves, and then one is gonna be destroyed. So it'll be like 3 fairly intact bookshelves and then 1 bookshelf that is kind of destroyed. And then obviously right in the middle we'll have a bunch of chairs and the tables and stuff like that. And then if I have the pieces, I might put some stairs in the background going up to the second level, but I don't know if I'll be able to include the second level. I'm not too sure yet, but right now I'm just going to focus on all the bookshelves in the main area down over here. Alright, so as you can see, I've built something right here. What this is going to be is I'm starting to mess around with what I want the floor to be to the Jedi Temple library here. So I was looking at screenshots from the game. Again, this is for Battlefront, so I'm not looking at any reference photos like from the actual prequel movies. I'm just looking at all through Battlefront 2, and kind of the main colors on the floor are tan, brown, and dark tan, at least from what I'm able to tell. So the main color of the floor is going to be tan for mostly everything, and then all the bookshelves have like this kind of pattern around them. Dark tan right underneath the bookshelf, and then it's surrounded by like a few like strips of reddish brown and everything like that. I might put a few reference pictures on screen so you guys can see what I'm talking about here, but essentially this is kind of what I imagine the main floor design to be. So over where that dark tan spot is, there'd be a bookshelf over there, and then as you can see there's a reddish brown, like a 1x2 path of bricks that runs all the way down to here. Eventually that will hook up to the middle of the MOC, which will have a pattern similar to that, but it's kind of one big strip that'll just go up towards the rest of the MOC, and that's where like all the tables and chairs and everything will go over in that direction. So this is just a prototype that I've been messing around with to what the floor design might look like. It looks a little odd now just because it's so plain, but once the bookshelves are on there and then some of the tables and the figures, I think it'll look a little better. But I think I'm going to go with snot design for this. I think that's just going to be the easiest. Studs not on top, where I just do bricks and you kind of put them on the side. I think that's going to be the easiest to do in terms of my part availability while I'm here up at college. So I think that's what I'm going to do, which poses a new challenge for setting up figures when there's not a lot of studs to place them on. So I'll probably talk a little bit about that in the final episode for the library episodes here when I start to talk about setting up figures. But for now, here's the quick prototype for the floor design, but I'm going to keep working and keep you guys updated. Alright, so one thing I want to mention real quick is I'm messing around a lot with the setup here since this is a new setup, not at my house. So I'm kind of moving around the like lights in the background and then the background itself, which is like a dark gray background. So bear with me here as I kind of mess around and try to figure out which option is best for the update videos, but I'm going to keep changing that until I find one and until I find a setup that I really like. Alright, so I messed up here. I thought the middle part was all dark tan, but it looks like a little bit of it is brown, so I kind of messed up there. So I've got to redo it to where the middle part is brown and there's an outline of dark tan instead of the full inside of the square being dark tan. So I messed that up a little bit, but I'm going to fix it right now. Okay, so I went back in and fixed these. Like I said in the previous segment, I had this covered in dark tan, but that was actually not accurate to the game, so I switched it out, so now it should be a lot more accurate to what you actually see in the game. So that was just a small thing that I noticed after building all these. I was like, shoot, I totally messed that up, so I went back in and fixed those. Alright, so I made a few more of these kind of floor designs right here that I showed earlier. These are going directly under the bookshelf, or each of the bookshelves, and I said I wanted to have 4 bookshelves, and this was a somewhat similar design to the stuff you see in Battlefront. So I did, if you notice, I left these open. That is just because I started to run out of reddish brown pieces. So I started to run out of reddish brown pieces, and I realized that the bookshelves are kind of going to go on top of each of these like rectangles that are in the center. So like a bookshelf would go over top of this, like right there. So I don't think you're even going to see what bricks are under there. So I might just change it to a different color, like light gray. I have a bunch of extra light gray bricks. I might just put light gray in there, and then the bookshelf will go on top. So theoretically you won't see what's underneath there. So hopefully that will end up working out. But like I said, 4 bookshelves is the plan right now, and these are kind of the designs, and I guess for minifigure comparison about how big they are, there's a Jedi right there, so they're fairly big, and then the bookshelves will all go in those spots, and hopefully it will look pretty good, but I'm going to go ahead and continue to work. Alright, so I was messing around a little bit here and started to come up with some different stair designs. I wasn't sure if I was going to use any stairs in this library build, but for certain I know I'm going to use the stairs on the council room, I think, and then a few of the other really quick shots in the cutscene have some stairs in the background. So I started messing around with some stuff, and I thought maybe I will add chairs, or not chairs, maybe I will add stairs to this build for the Jedi Temple Library. So I was messing around doing some different tests of a whole bunch of different slopes, because I brought all this all these dark red slopes, because all the stairs in the actual map are kind of this dark red color. So I thought I might as well bring some just to mess around with and see how they look. So this is kind of what I got going on here. Essentially just each of these stairs are tiled plates, and they just kind of go up like they go up a stud every time. So they kind of go up and up each one like that. And then on the side I added some red slopes there, and then I think I'm going to put these up in the front if I can. I haven't attached them yet, but theoretically those would go there and kind of slope up, and your 501st Trooper will be able to kind of walk up the stairs like that gradually. So I'll attach these in a little bit here, but essentially here's what we got going on. Some of these cool side slopes. I don't know exactly if I like this yet. It's hard to say because I've got it sitting on the floor. And it kind of looks really weird, so I'm going to go put it up on the base plate and see what it looks like. I'm okay with this, I'm just not sure about these side slopes. I'm definitely okay with the way the tiled stairs look, it's just these slopes I'm not too sure about yet. Alright, so I've put the stairs up here on the base plate just to kind of get a feel of what that is going to look like, and I think it's going to look pretty cool actually, so I'll show you that right now. Here's what it looks like from over here, so you can see that I pretty much just placed it near the front of the MOC here. I'm kind of thinking that maybe if I put these stairs right here, then I'll need to build like a wall over here and a wall over there, and then have like an entrance right here. There is some doors in Battlefront too that you can kind of walk through to get into the library. So that's what I'm thinking of doing for that. Now that I put the stairs in there, if I have enough parts to do it, I think I'll add some sort of wall right there, and then have the little door or entry to the library. So here's another look at the stairs from the side. I'm still not too sure how I feel about like the stuff at the bottom here, like those. I'm not too sure how I feel about those as of right now, but I think otherwise I think these are looking pretty good with the stairs. The dark red is such a cool color. I call it like the Republic red, because that's just kind of what it reminds me of. So I think it's looking okay. Definitely tell me what you think about kind of those weird circular bricks at the bottom. I have no clue what they're even called, but I don't know if they'll work or not. But maybe after I kind of add in some more detail on the sides and then the wall, maybe they'll look a little more natural here, because they're still not really, they're kind of just hanging off the ground right now. They're not entirely placed down, so hopefully it will end up looking cool. I definitely think the stairs would be a nice addition to have, like a Jedi coming up the stairs. I especially think it would be cool in like the final cinematic to have like the entrance to the door right here, and we just have like a Jedi looking from back here, and he's kind of looking into the library and just seeing like the absolute chaos from the clones fighting all the Jedi. I think that'd be really, really cool. Kind of like the season 5 from Clone Wars with Obi-Wan. on Mandalore when the door opens, and he kind of looks outside and there's this huge battle going on. I think that's kind of an effect that might be cool for this MOC, if a Jedi's kind of like standing right here, kind of getting ready to go in, and then he just kind of stops and just kind of looks at like everything that's going down in there. I think that might be kind of a cool shot to get, so I'll have to keep that in mind for when I set up all the figures and do the cinematic video. Alright guys, that's going to do it for the first episode for Project Nightfall. I really hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Again, it's not as much progress as, like, say, the Clone Wars MOC updates. This is a smaller MOC, so there's more smaller kind of objectives for each episode. So this episode I worked on, obviously, the floor for some of it, and then the kind of front stairs right here. So next episode I plan to work on the bookshelves. The bookshelves are obviously going to be a main thing for the library. That's going to be the thing that makes the MOC look like it's actually from the Jedi Temple, so I really got to work hard on the library, so that's going to be the next challenge. But for now, this is the end of this episode. Definitely leave any feedback in the comment section below. Anything about if you like this kind of new format, the new setup, what you think might look good in the MOC, what you think should be changed, stuff, all sorts of stuff like that. Just put that down below like you guys always do, and I'll be reading through those. And in the meantime, stay tuned for the next Clone Wars MOC update, and obviously this episode 2 of Nightfall, which will come out after the next Clone Wars MOC update. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys have a great day, and may the Force be with you always.